When police arrived 17 minutes later, they found a man sitting on the curb, his hands covered in blood, his eyes vacant and distant. He kept whispering the same sentence over and over to the officers who approached him with their weapons drawn. "She lied to me. She lied to me. She lied to me." Inside the apartment, officers discovered the body of a young woman, 20 years old, sprawled across the living room floor. Her name was Alyssa Marie Carter. She had been shot once in the chest at close range. The man on the curb was 52-year-old Tom Reynolds, a divorced father of two who had left his wife of 26 years just 4 months earlier. He had thrown away everything for Alyssa, a woman he met online who made him feel alive again after years of feeling invisible. But the lie Tom kept repeating to police that night wasn't about infidelity or money or any of the usual reasons relationships explode into violence. It was about something far more personal, something that would divide a community and force a jury to decide whether what happened in that apartment was a crime of passion or something much darker. By the time Tom learned the truth about who Alyssa really was, someone was already dead, and nothing would ever be the same again. Tom Reynolds was an ordinary man, living an ordinary life in Clearwater, Florida. He worked as a regional sales manager for an industrial supply company, pulling in about $78,000 a year. His co-workers described him as reliable, quiet, someone who kept his head down and did his job without drama. He had been married to Karen Reynolds for 26 years. They had 2 kids, both adults now living out of state. On paper, Tom had what most people would consider a stable, comfortable, middle-class American life. But somewhere along the way, that life had stopped feeling like enough. Karen was 50 years old, a part-time nurse at a pediatric clinic. Friends said she was warm and caring, the kind of person who remembered your birthday and brought casseroles when you were sick. But at home, things had grown cold between her and Tom. They barely spoke anymore except about bills and schedules. And then there was Alyssa, 23 years old, confident, vibrant, full of life. She had dark hair that fell past her shoulders, a bright smile, and a way of making Tom feel like he mattered again. They met on a dating app in late March. By May, Tom had left Karen and moved into Alyssa's small apartment. But who exactly was Alyssa Marie Carter? Why did Tom risk everything for a woman he barely knew? And what really happened the night everything fell apart? What was the secret that Tom discovered, and why did it lead to such unimaginable violence? To understand how Tom Reynolds ended up sitting on that curb with blood on his hands, you have to go back